see it beeping.
There we are. There we are. Got it now. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, along with the lovely
Tiff-tastic.
and, of course,
Landing Calrissian.
and
Isaac Wankanobi.
And you know what? We're just testing you.
Mime-tastic.
Yes, exactly. Hey, guys. No, I have to set everything back up in the living room when we do this. So I totally forgot to bring that in. So thank you for letting us know in the chat. But hey, we're here. It is time for the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
And we have laughed, we've cried, we've screamed no as we watched $350 of our hard-earned money get blown up on Tython.
Yeah, it sounds like from what we've heard from other people that we're gonna say all of those in tonight's episode.
Yep, we've gotten angry as friends have spoiled episodes for us. We've had all kinds of emotions this whole year and this whole season, and so here we are once again. And we are so happy that you have chosen to spend this evening with us. We know that a lot of you have seen it already. Before I even woke up this morning, I had been contacted by 8 people who told me to try to avoid the internet at all costs. And it's been a hard thing to do today, for sure, to avoid spoilers and things like that. But we are here. We have donned the proper attire, as it were. As you can see, we're all sporting new Poindexter Lounge merch. Look at there. Tiffany has got the pillow right there, the lovely Poindexter Lounge pillow. You can get all this stuff on many different, all these logos and stuff. She's got her NWO version of that. You know what that is, Tiff? That shirt is too sweet. And then, of course, we got Landon's own design over there, the little super nerd right there. And then me and Isaac are sporting the classic fam right here. And so
I'm wearing that one tomorrow.
Yes, Tiffany is wearing that one tomorrow. So real quick, I do want to say a shout out, of course, to all of our members. Thank you to all of our members, everyone who supports the channel. You guys are awesome and fantastic, and we so appreciate your support. Remember, you can be a member for as little as $1.99, and you get access to early videos, and we got some stuff coming up pretty soon that you'll get early access to. That way, also, you get early access if you become a Patreon subscriber. And welcome once again to our new 2 newest Patreon subscribers, Caleb Richardson, longtime friend of the channel, and of course ACS Universe, Anthony, my good friend, because that's fire. That's fire. When Anthony joins your Patreon, that is fire. And so he is now one of us, and we are glad to have both of them. Right, guys?
Yes.
Exactly. Hey, shout out to everyone who is here. You know, we always like to take a little bit of time at the top of our streams and say hi to everybody, which is kind of funny because lately I've gotten 1 or 2 comments after the videos have already been posted, and people are like, wait a second, like I'm 5 minutes into the video, I'm 7 minutes into the video, and the content hasn't started yet. And I'm like, because we got a lot of stuff going on here at the channel. We're not just making, quick little videos here. We got a lot of stuff going on, like this coming Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern time as we celebrate Deck the Hall of Justice with all of our good friends from all around the internet and all around the world. This has gone worldwide, guys. There are a lot of people who are going to be a part of this. And you guys are going to want to check this out. This actually starts at 7 a.m. This is actually outdated, but it starts on Den of Nerds, all these different channels right here. Look up all these different channels. If you're home on Sunday, you're going to want to check each one out because each one is going to be awesome. But then from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to want to bring it right back here to the Poindexter Lounge because our special guest will be none other than Cyborg himself, Mr. Ray Fisher, right here live at the lounge. And that's going to be exciting. That's going to be fire. I'm ready for this. This has been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen, ever since he first tweeted us out a few months ago. And I am so excited to have him here with us. And it's going to be a good time and a good day for the lounge. We got news this week that looks like the Snyder Cut is now going to be coming in March.
Yep.
So I'm pretty excited about that. And we just continue with the excitement here on the channel. Okay, So, it's already started. Dawn Wars. If you guys are wondering what all the
Look at
Dawn
Darth
stuff
Look
is,
at Darth Tasty's name.
I know. Yeah, he changed it. He changed it last night to Darth Don Tasty 2099. So if you're wondering what all of the Don stuff is about, you'll have to go back to tonight or to tomorrow or to
Yesterday's.
one of these days. I don't know what's going on anymore. No, you're gonna have to go back to last night's episode of our show, 2 Cents on Nonsense. And you can see we had this episode here, and about halfway through, the name Don came up, and hilarity ensued for the next at least hour or more. And everybody was in the chat with such great takes on the name Don and movie takes on Don, and that was absolutely hilarious. So anyways, we are very glad to have you guys with us. Are you guys ready to watch the season finale?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes,
It looked like it was 46 minutes, which means it's a longer episode.
Ooh, hey now.
I
I
got
like
a
that.
lot more episode for us to see, but I'm
Yep.
also I actually stayed off the internets today, so I am a Mando last episode virgin. I have no idea what's going on. No spoilers, no nothing. Has seen my
And we'll have to see how long Facebook gets taken down.
Especially with tonight's episode, because didn't it get not taken down at all?
Last week's
week?
episode did not get taken down off of Facebook. So if you are watching on Facebook, I just want to give you a warning. Facebook has been very fickle
picky.
with our episodes, and sometimes they get taken down off of Facebook. So you might want to be ready to skip over to YouTube or Twitch. We are on Twitch and also on
Everyone says
on
to
Twitter.
keep making sure that we watch to the very, very, very end.
Yes, I have heard that there is a there's an extra scene at the end, so we'll definitely be prepared for that. And I think
Getting nervous. People said they're crying happy nerd tears. I'm like, uh-oh.
I know.
We get an ugly cry in the Poindexter Lounge.
Well, I'll have a real good cry here at the Poindexter Lounge. Okay, I've got my Mando hat on.
I'm wearing my Mario hat,
I'm wearing no hat.
Me too.
which I also just before the stream I watched Nintendo's presentation on the park that they're putting in Japan,
Heck
and
yeah.
they also announced after seeing that, and they announced that they're also bringing it to Hollywood and Orlando. And after seeing that, I'm really excited for when they do build it here.
We'll have to be.
We'll have to take a nerd mecca and go to like Disney World, and we'll all just spend 2 weeks there and just all hang out as like a ginormous group. Just saying.
They're gonna blow up Baby Yoda this time. They're gonna blow up Grogu. No. All right. So I am ready. So how this works, folks, is if I can find the remote. All right. So how we do this is we've got it set up. We've got it ready to go. And whoops. I accidentally hit start. Hold on a second. Okay. So how we do this is we got it on the main screen here where we see all the chapters. We got chapter 16 here on Disney Plus. And what we're going to do is we're going to count down from 3, 2, 1, go. On go, we'll all be synced up and we'll go ahead and
Looks like Forlon.
and hit play. That looks like TC14, actually, from episode 1. What that looks like, but I'm guessing it's not. Surely you mean Dongu. Oh man, we got to get through this. All right, but I appreciate it. Okay, so here we go, folks. We are going to count down and start this final episode. And don't forget, right after the episode, stick around as we will be talking all things and doing our review of the episode live here with you and getting your thoughts about not just this episode, but really about the entire season. And once we see where it's going and all that will be revealed at the end. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're in.
You have something I want.
I can lead you to one of their kind. But first, we need your help on our mission.
The Dark Saber. Does he have it?
We have exhausted our initial supply of blood. I highly doubt we'll find a donor with a higher M count, though.
Go to the planet Typhon. There you will find the ancient ruins of a temple that has a strong
That was such a
connection
good
to the
episode.
forest. Place Grogu on the seeing stone at the top of the mountain. If he reaches out through the forest, there's a chance.
Disclaimer: no Don jokes till the end.
Come searching for him.
This one for you guys.
Error in the
Yeah.
Jedi.
No.
I think you have some idea what you are in possession of, but you do not. It means more to me than you will ever know.
Reshake my like non-furry butt.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, sweet.
I messed up.
Oh, I just love seeing all the Boba Fett action. As a Boba Fett fan, to finally see all this stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on? Who are they? I suggest you shut your mouth. This isn't your laboratory.
Dang.
He told him.
Plus, seeing the shuttle.
And I love his new armor. Or the new look for his armor.
Yeah.
You gonna blow him up? No, just dismantle him.
The heat has been high on Canada. Avionics down. Comms are down. Lower your shields.
My son.
Disengage all transponders. Prepare for boarding. They're pirates. Shouldn't we fight? I don't have a death wish. Do you?
Oh.
Oh, how do they engage?
Before you make a mistake, this is Dr. Pershing. We've met. Is the kid alive? Yes. He's on the cruiser. Stay back, Dropper. Easy now, okay? I'm not with him. We can work something out. Drop your weapon. No. Now you listen to me. This is a top-tier target of the New Republic. This is a clone engineer. And if they find out that he's dead because of you, you're going to wish you never left the Alderaan. I saw the tear. You want to know what else I saw? I saw your planet destroyed.
You can get shot.
I was on the Death Star. Which one? You think it's funny? Do you know how many millions were killed on those bases? Drop your last. As the galaxy cheered. Last chance. Destroying your planet was a small price to pay to rid the galaxy of terrorism.
Knew that was coming.
Right in the face.
And his ear. Clipped his ear.
Well, he was being R2D bag.
Rescue.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I never get sick of seeing that. It's just so cool seeing Slave One in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you messed up. Now you got two Mandalorians.
Mm. That's a cool shot.
This doesn't seem. Oh, now you got four Mandalorians. Oh, see, they said that she wasn't coming back this season. That's interesting. Sasha Banks' character, I mean.
I need your help.
Not all Mandalorians are bounty hunters. Some of us serve a higher purpose.
They took the child.
Who?
I love how everybody gets really ticked off when anybody says,
You'll never find him.
I have ordnance.
We don't need these two. Let's get out of here.
Mandalorians.
You are not a Mandalorian.
Never said I was.
Oh, oh.
I didn't know psychics were allowed to talk.
All of that is up to quite the holiness to fling slimy. Easy there, little one.
You'll be talking through a window of a back to take. All right, easy. Save it for the end.
We have his coordinates.
You can bring me to Moff Gideon.
The Moth has a light cruiser. It could be helpful.
She's
in
not
your
going
effort
for
to
baby.
regain
She's going for the dark saber.
You gotta be kidding me. Mandalore. The Empire turned that planet to glass.
You are a disgrace to your armor.
I agree, Zip Havoc.
The Sama belonged to my father.
Don't you mean your donor?
Careful, princess.
You are a clone. I've heard your voice thousands of times.
Mine might be the last one you hear.
Oh.
Heck yeah!
Dang.
WWE style with a jetpack.
Enough, both of you. If we had shown half that spine to the Empire, we would have never lost our planet.
We will help you. In exchange, we will keep that ship to retake Mandalore. If you should manage to finish your quest, I would have you reconsider joining our efforts. Mandalorians have been in exile from our homeworld for far too long.
Fair enough.
One more thing. Gideon has a weapon that once belonged to me. It is an ancient weapon that cannot do anything. Almost anything. It cannot cut through pure Beskar. I will kill them off and retake what is rightfully mine. With the dark saber restored to me, Mandalore will finally be within range.
Help me rescue the child, and you can have whatever you want. He is my only priority.
This is Moff Gideon's Imperial Light Cruiser. In the old days, it would carry a crew of several hundred. Now it operates with a tiny fraction of that.
Your assessment is misleading.
Oh, great. An objective opinion.
This isn't subterfuge, I assure you.
Let him speak.
There's a garrison of dark troopers on board. They're the ones who abducted the child.
How many troopers do they have armed in those suits?
These are third generation design. They are no longer suits. The human inside was the final weakness to be solved. They're droids.
Drinking a sugar-free cappuccino there, Zip Havoc.
They're held in cold storage in this cargo bay. They draw too much power to be kept at ready.
How long to power up?
A few minutes, perhaps.
Where's the child being held?
This is the bridge. He's being held here under armed guard.
Very well. We split into two parties.
I go alone.
Fine. Phase 1, land the shuttle issues a distress call. 2, we come in hot emergency land at the mouth of the fighter launch tube, cutting off any potential interceptors. Costa, Fennec, Dune, and myself disembark with maximum initiative. Once we've neutralized the launch bay, we make our way through these tandem decks in a penetration maneuver.
And me?
Will be misdirection. Once we draw a crowd, we slip through the shadows. Get the kid.
Penetration
Those
maneuver.
stormtroopers are going to be a real stinky
Oldest
show.
maneuver in the book.
Their bay is on the way to the brig. Can you make it there before they deploy?
Pulled that maneuver a couple times myself.
Here, take his code cylinder and seal off their holding bay. Anyone
They've gone up the ventilation shaft.
We'll meet at the bridge.
Looked like he was going backwards for a second. I was like, hold up.
I like how they show like how they follow each other through hyperspace now.
Is
Yeah.
mine. Got it? He's ex-ISB. He's got a lot of information.
It was gonna get him because he's the best person.
I don't care what happens to him as long as he surrenders to me.
Prepare to exit jump space.
Copy that. Get the hell out of there as soon as they clear us to dock. And your shots have to look convincing.
Power up those shields, princess. I'll put on a good show.
Watch out for those deck cannons.
Don't worry about me. Just be careful of that.
Exiting hyperspace.
It's good to see
2.
Boba Fett getting some screen time, especially during this time where Jeremy Bullock has passed. You know, some nice. Here, honey girl. This is so. I mean, this looks like a movie. Can't believe this is a TV show. This looks like one of the films.
Copy, Lander Shuttle. Request received.
Launch TIE fighters.
Stay clear of launch tube. Deploying fighter squadron.
TW said hi to you. Oh, yeah. Said, hi, Miss Sour Patch Kids. Hey, doggies.
Aw, Sophie just said, how do I hug a dog through a screen?
Ice my nose.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Got their neckerchiefs on because they got their hair done.
Now Boba's gonna
That's
take those
cool.
out.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Request denied. Please clear launch tube until fighters deploy.
Ow!
Clear launch tube immediately.
Like, shut up and let me love you.
Gosh, come on. Ow.
Could be a jungle jump.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. Heck yeah. Like nothing. Blossom.
Oh.
Gosh, I'm loving seeing live action
That's
Mandalorians.
like when we were on the ride.
Yes. Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Activate the dark troopers.
Always got to be a flaw, right? It takes forever for them to power up.
Yeah.
It's because I got to walk to a dubstep. And when he comes out, there's the old Western. It's like, that's awesome. That music's freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
All clear.
I need to make an antenna for my Boba Fett helmet because it didn't come with one.
Your eyes open.
Oh yeah.
Oh. They're just gonna jump over the side.
Oh, into space.
That's tough.
You'd think you'd learn.
I would have just jumped off.
Stormtroopers is so stupid.
I would have seen them and I would have just jumped off myself.
I love TW. TW's like, give me back my son. Jetpacks for the win. Uh-oh. I can't wait to get a Black Series Dark Trooper.
Well, it's the 3rd generation Dark Trooper.
Oh, yeah.
Cover me.
We got your back.
That's a good point, TW.
Women.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah,
I mean, God forbid 4 women look really cool walking together. He didn't like it in Avengers, and why would he like it in this? He literally had the balls to post today on Twitter that Disney was going to be watching his live episode tonight to see how people like The Mandalorian. Like, shut up, Doomcock. Get out of here. It's like Terminator, man.
Yeah.
May the A-Force be with you. I love that. Is it Havoc? That's awesome. May the A-Force.
Oh, look, oh, I like that gun. We should have made her in this game.
I got you.
Look at that, women working together. Heck yeah!
Yeah, my gun's jammed. Let me just use this and hit you in the face.
Oh, gosh, man. She should have been in WWE. She'd be convincing, man. Get all these little, like, swimsuit models running around. Like, they can't even bounce off the ropes, man. Gina Carano, man, just be like, I'd kill you.
He said, I'll shoot. Go back.
Oh.
Oh! In the face.
You did.
Because Mando has the data stick, so he can override.
Crap.
Only
Oh,
one
one
got
got
through.
out.
Only one got through. Okay. Well, that's not doing anything. Switch to
Ain't
something
gonna work.
else.
Uh-oh.
Grogu through the force.
But his best card's coming in handy right now.
Yeah.
How do you nail a Mandalorian into the wall?
Yeah. That's what you need, like. Oh.
Gives me meaning to fire crotch.
Some spicy stuff.
Now see,
Sophies.
Gina Carano would have made an awesome Wonder Woman. No
She'd
offense.
make an awesome Xena.
If they ever redid Xena, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but Xena was kind of based off of Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Oh, I always said Lucy Lawless would have been the perfect Wonder Woman back in the day.
so that's how he does it.
Yeah, so pretty much the only way to take those out is to decapitate them.
Sophie said.
Or suck
Oh.
them in space.
Nice.
Or just do that.
And there goes all your people.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, Moff.
No, they have jetpacks, remember?
Yeah.
And if the
They'll
jets
just come back.
just fly
Oh,
right
do
back
they?
into the ship.
Are you sure you don't need any help? I think I did it. Excuse me.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. The Richard liked your idea. The Richard liked your idea for Xena.
Weapon system disarmed. Where's Gideon?
She would have. Ooh, Power Girl. That's a possibility. I'd love to see her in the DC universe, though.
You're gonna choke out a
Chop his head
stormtrooper?
off.
Dang.
Oh.
Yep, that'll do it. Best guard of the throat.
Oh.
What is Gideon gonna be in there? Yep.
Oh. He said, kill. Don't you kill baby Yoda.
Daddy. Aww. You kidding me?
Drop the blaster. Slowly. Now kick it over to me. Very nice. Give me the kid. The kid is just fine where it is. Mesmerizing, isn't it? Used to belong to Bo-Katan. Yes, I know you've been traveling with Bo-Katan. A friendly piece of advice. Assume that I know everything. Like the fact that your wrist launcher has fired its one and only salvo. Where is this going? This is where it's going. I'm guessing that Bo-Katan and her boarding party have arrived at the bridge, seeking me, or, more accurately, this.
Where did Boba go?
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Because he launched off.
And I imagine that they've killed everyone on the bridge, being the murderous savages that they are. And now, they're beginning to panic. You see, she wants this. You know why? Because it brings power. Whoever wields this sword has the right to lay claim to the Mandalorian throne. You keep it. I just want the kid.
Daddy, I want that.
Yeah, right.
Very well. I've already got what I want from him. His blood. All I wanted was to study his blood. This child is extremely gifted and has been blessed with rare properties that have the potential to bring order back to the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of big deal, dude.
I see your bond with him. Take it. But you will leave my ship immediately and we will go our separate ways.
How is he going to try and fight him?
Oh, now you messed up.
No, he's gonna get the Darksaber.
Oh, yeah.
Pull out the staff right now.
Oh, we knew this was coming.
Has he been practicing?
Yeah, we knew this was
You see
coming.
Keaton, no?
You can wield a saber, but it doesn't make you a Jedi.
It's warming up
Oh.
the staff, though.
I'm running this game.
It's very Darth Vader-esque.
Yeah.
His cape and everything.
I want that saber.
Oh,
They got the toy one. The toy one is even cool, though.
yeah.
Kind of want the toy one, too.
I could see them doing like the kind that you have, you know? I could see them doing like one of those soon
Oh, heck yeah.
for that design.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Do it. Oh.
You has my toy.
Holding Grogu in his palm.
Just got back from the store, bought a saber. Like, we're here to do a review today of the Dark Saber. Welcome to the Poindexter Lounge.
They brought him alive, that's what happened. And now the New Republic's gonna have to double the payment.
That's not what she's talking about. Why don't you kill him now and take it?
Oh.
It's yours now. What is the Dark Saber? It belongs to you. No, it belongs to her. She can't take it. It must be won in battle. In order for her to wield the Dark Saber again, She would need to defeat you in combat. I yield.
So that
It's yours.
means he had to defeat Sabine
Oh,
in
no.
combat.
Oh.
It doesn't work that way. The dark saber doesn't have power. The story does. Without that blade, she's a pretender to the throne.
He's right.
Come on, just take it. Well, perhaps you'll get another crack at it.
The red shields have been breached.
Yeah,
The
that's,
troopers
We're
going
being
back.
boarded.
that's what
How many
Sabine
life forms?
gave the saber to
Boba Fett's gonna
Bo-Katan
blow him up.
being
Yeah.
battle.
Boba Fett's gonna get him, I think.
That's true. Sabine gave it up. So
Sabine gave it to Bo-Katan without a battle.
You're about to face off with the dark troopers. You had your hands full with one. Let's see how you do against a platoon.
I think it said after you've already had it. That's what he said. After you've already had it.
Oh.
So it was okay the first time, but you can't get it again.
So Sabine wanted it back. Sabine would have to fight for it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So like he could give it
He can give it
someone
to.
else.
He could give
But
it
if he
to.
wanted it back, he'd have to eat that.
Give it to anyone that hasn't had it.
So he could give it to Sasha Banks, but if he wanted it back, he'd have to defeat her.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Hey, jerk.
I know. Can't stand him.
He's going shing, shing, shing. That boy drained.
Daddy's here.
Aw.
Dark side coming through.
Take my blood, Dad.
Seal the blast door.
Seal the blast doors.
They're here.
Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors. What are you waiting for? It take a long time to do anything.
Yeah.
That's why they're gonna have to have a fourth one.
They're menacing though.
It is, but it is kind of annoying that they take forever to do anything.
Taking up precious
Terminators
minutes.
did that too.
Yeah, Terminator's got, faster and faster as each thing went. So
Fucking first.
You have an impressive fire team protecting you. But I think we all know, after a valiant stand, everyone in this room will be dead. But me and the child.
got the dark saber.
Like I said, shing, shing.
Are those droids made of Beskar? Or is
Everybody's saying, stop talking. Big things are coming.
No way.
Are you freaking kidding me?
One X-Wing? Great. We're saved. Incoming craft, identify yourself.
Oh,
Are they actually doing it?
oh. Oh, snap.
Why'd they stop?
Why did they stop?
Okay, shh, calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
The
You
boy
gotta
sent
watch
him
this.
something.
You gotta watch this.
Oh.
Grogu.
Moth's peeing his pants. Green saber.
Just sliced. Oh yeah,
Yeah, but who is it? I mean, in real life.
yeah. So it's not Mark Hamill.
Drop it.
Just slice him in half.
Yeah, you don't get that luxury.
You don't get that.
Pulled a Black Panther with what's his name? Baron Zemo at the end of Civil War.
Yeah.
Stop him from doing that.
You don't eat him.
Not a frog.
Dang. The cloak is really nice.
Yeah.
The flow of the cloak.
Yeah.
That better be for my skin.
I really almost hope though that they don't show his face. After, because after what happened in Rogue One,
Yeah.
and we agreed that we didn't like what they did with Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have done the good job that they did with they've done in the Marvel movies with Rogue One.
Yeah.
Like, I know I should be in shock, but I'm more concerned right now because of what Tarkin looked like.
Dang.
This right here is basically the answer to Rogue One's Vader shot.
Yeah. It's almost like we need a side by side now of like those.
Yeah,
two shots.
those two. Yeah, because that's very Vader-esque.
Yeah.
But it's like the opposite, like the bad guy. It's like you get the bad guy one and then the good guy one.
I said, open the doors.
Are you crazy?
Oh.
Somebody just said that Mark Hamill did the motion capture and the voice. So my concern is how this is gonna look.
Voice. Oh snap.
Is it going to be what's his name that they wanted?
I don't know.
Sebastian Stan.
Well, not
Yeah.
if Mark Hamill did the voice and the motion capture.
Looks good.
Are you a Jedi? I am.
Oh. Man.
Come, little one. He doesn't want to go with you. He wants your permission. He is strong with the Force. But talent without training is nothing.
The mouth is
I will
weird.
find life to protect the child. But he will not be safe until he masters his abilities. That's who you belong with. He's one of your kind. I'll see you again. I promise.
Aw. Shaved.
That's what you got out of that.
In the last episode, he did. He shaved off his mustache. He does look like Aaron, though.
Aw.
All right, pal. It's time to go. Don't be afraid.
Hmm.
He's tearing up too.
Or he's
How are
making-
these even whining? Aw.
Aw.
Okay, dude, that's
Aw. R2.
Ooh. What's up, Bartu?
You got toys?
Or would you remember R2 from Coruscant?
Aw. Aw.
May the force be with you.
So much for not showing his face.
Don't you remember last episode?
Yeah,
He's questioning them on that.
but he did it to protect him.
Man.
Another bigger question: next time we see him, if we see him, is he going to be a Jedi?
That's gonna feel quick.
Well,
You gotta wait
Like,
till the.
if we see him again.
I doubt that he'll be a Jedi by then because
Don't stop.
no, I'm just muting it for the music.
We gotta watch the unseen.
No, I know, but it's got to go through all this first. I doubt he would be a Jedi by then. By the time we see him, I mean, because they're going to bring him back for next season. They're going to figure out a way to bring him back. So, I mean, unless they do a time
Or they show his
Jump.
training.
where they show his training, which means more Luke, which
Takes away from Mandalorian, kind of.
We can do a montage.
Mark Hamill. So it was Mark Hamill
A Rocky training scene.
with Baby Yoda. Hmm. Got to process that one. Guy's name is Dick Bluff. Oh. Oh, we're waiting for that. Well, that was
So your thoughts? Loved the episode.
Not done yet.
yeah, it's just playing out here
Yeah,
so
once they
far.
wait until after the credits.
Okay.
No, it's still going. Here. Now I know we got this.
Go out with him in the yard.
What? You showing that tail to Isaac because you got fresh haircuts? Got your hairs did?
It's Dawn. That's a lot of names.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like all of a sudden, it's like 4 pages of names.
You're saying,
That also
Don, I want
means that if-
Thrawn.
If Lucas would have reached out, we still don't know where Ezra is or if Ezra's still
Yeah.
alive.
We didn't even see Thrawn.
Well, Ahsoka was.
We'll probably see that in the
asking,
Ahsoka
hopefully.
the
Well,
Ahsoka
either
TV
a
show.
or-
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Okay, now I was just Tatooine. Jabba's palace. That's big for Tuna. He's put on a little weight.
Yeah.
He's Bub for Tina.
He's turning into Jabba.
This is great though, given what he was in Legends. Is this where Boba Fett went? McClunky. What? McClunky.
Is he gonna take the throne? Oh,
Oh, yeah, there she is. Don't step on the. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
drop him. Be careful. Hold up. Don't stand on there. Oh, he has the gun. His rifle.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice. So now he's gonna take over Jabba's thing, huh? Oh, that's sweet. I want to change my Jabba playset now.
That'd be cool, like lock screen.
Heck yeah.
The Book of Boba. Dang.
Book of Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Because we don't get the next
Well,
season
dang
of
it,
Mandalorian
freaking
until
next
December of
year.
next year.
Well,
I'm gonna go cry.
so wait, so how does that work?
Fuck a dog's out.
So if we get Mandalorian season 3 next December and
Boba Fett,
Boba Fett,
maybe.
or are they saying that Mandalorian season 3 is going to be the Book of Boba Fett?
Maybe.
That might be how we can see Baby Grogu. If he's training there in Mando.
Well, no, because Luke's not on Tatooine.
No, Luke's not on Tatooine. Luke is wherever his. I mean, in Legends, he created a Jedi Academy on Yavin 4, where they originally were in A New Hope, where the base of operations were where the rebels were.
I wouldn't think so, because they still set up some stuff for season 3 by saying, because they still what now is the Empire still has Baby Yoda's blood.
Yeah, the Empire still. Well, I think that's where we're getting Snoke, and because he was talking about, he says we already have the blood, which will help reestablish,
Bring order to
bring back
Oh,
order
yeah.
to the galaxy. So that's like the whole plan of like being able to clone the Emperor or
Yeah.
whatever, or maybe make Snoke,
Yeah.
so that they have a dummy with which
Well,
to.
because Snoke was a Force user, but
Yeah.
he was still a clone.
Well, because that's the whole thing is trying to figure they've been trying to figure out how to properly clone Force users, and so Baby Yoda probably has to do with that. Okay, so my little thing here stopped
Go with them.
scrolling during the Luke scene. Wow, a lot to process there. Okay. Yep. So everybody's it's Luke Skywalker. I mean, it's Luke. They brought Luke into it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were right when he says that when I'm gone, the last Jedi you will be.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said from the beginning. I mean, there ain't nobody else to bring in because Luke is the only Jedi.
Yeah, and I know they weren't going to do Cal. As much as I would have loved to see Cal, I knew they weren't going to do Cal.
No, I've heard some people wanted Star Killer, but we don't even know that's actually a thing here with this.
People are either wanting well, they haven't officially announced what it is, but they're working on the sequel to a Star Wars game, which people are guessing it's either a sequel to Fallen Order or Force Unleashed 3. And people are saying, well, in either game, that we want to see a face-off between Cal and Star Killer.
So I think now the question is this: did he look okay?
I thought so.
I thought so.
They did a lot better than Leia and
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
It looked very video game to me. I'll be honest with you. It looked like the show was basically splicing in with a video game is what it looked like to me.
I think it looked, especially playing Valhalla right now, it looked better than a video game. Luke had.
It looked all right. There were moments as the scene progressed, it got better.
Mm-hmm.
I felt, but that first reveal, it still kind of had that weird rubbery look that Tarkin had in Rogue One to me, where it doesn't look quite right. I mean, Tristan here says, Goku Entertainment says it's never going to look good. Just deal with it.
I agree with why not stuff. It looked weird, but come on, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just trying to be, look, everybody always accuses me of being a fanboy and just fanboying out over everything. So just give me a minute while I process this all and just give a realistic approach to this, because I'm excited that it's Luke, but I almost wish that they had just gone ahead and used what's his name. If they Sebastian Stan, and make him look like Luke, because then you would have had a real person. And like, I think there was so much emotion in that moment and so much going on in that moment. You know what I mean?
Sphinx Production says no such thing as perfect CGI.
No, I know. Yeah, Tristan's right. It says CGI doesn't look good in the first place. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. The real Hussein has it right. They shouldn't have focused too much on his face, otherwise looks all right. Exactly. Now, that's what you and I said in Rogue One about Tarkin, for example, throughout the movie. It was like when
the reflections looked nice.
Yeah, when we first saw Rogue One,
face like close up.
Yeah, when we first saw Rogue One, and they do Tarkin, and you see Tarkin's reflection. That was amazing. And I sat there watching Rogue One, going, "This is smart. They're really, really smart with this, because they're not going to focus too much on having to use CGI for it. They're going to do this reflection thing." And then it was like, then they showed that first up close picture of Tarkin, and it was like, oh, and then they just kept doubling down on it.
That shot, I feel, is more so like, hey, look how good of CGI we did.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. Look how detailed it is. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
which I think like, because they did a couple of shots here where it was like him from behind. The hair looked a little too perfect to me. It was like perfectly molded instead of like looking like when Mando took his helmet off, for example. There's stray hairs. There's different things. Luke's was looked like perfect the entire, and he had just had a hood up and was attacking things. So I'm not being negative here. I'm just saying, like, I just wish that kind of maybe they would have just shown him from behind or something like that, and then that way, because the mouth was a little weird when he was talking, it wasn't quite moving with everything that was said. I mean, so I don't know. Let's see how you guys think here. Yeah, I kind of feel like Sebastian Stan might have been the way to go on that.
GW said Pascal's reaction broke my heart.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It really isn't. Yeah, I do feel this though. I feel if they're gonna bring Luke into it,
Yeah.
like for next season, they can't do a whole season of that.
I don't think they will.
You got to get somebody else
think-
or do it in a different way.
I think the next time that we get Luke would be him giving or Mando getting Grogu back. Like Grogu's training being done or as far as he can go in his training.
Yep.
I think that's the next time that we'll see Luke.
No, you guys the scene with Din Djarin and Grogu was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. The moment he takes off his helmet and Grogu touches his face and they have that moment. I mean, that was fantastic.
As he's walking away, he's tearing up. And it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be fine with it after seeing it a few times. I know I am. I'm going to be fine with it. It was just a little jarring, honestly, the first time I saw it. Let's see. Zip Havoc says the CGI ain't perfect, but still, wow, seeing this, would you ever thought you would? Actually, yeah. Because like we talked about before, like I was really going to be. I honestly, I don't know that I wanted to see Luke right now.
Yeah, that's why I was.
But I really felt that like there's nobody else. If they would have put anybody else in there,
I even said that in the console. It's like it would be cool to see Luke, but at the same time, having someone that big on this show, it's kind of like you have to do something great.
yeah, I mean Luke is the biggest thing you're ever going to see on the Mandalorian.
Yeah, where it's not like Ezra, for example. We don't know where he's been the past 20-something years.
Yeah.
So we won't have any expectations for Ezra.
No.
But
I mean, look, everything else would be cool.
Yeah.
But when you bring Luke Skywalker on,
yeah, you have a set thing that you have to do.
Yeah.
Like you can't really do your own thing with that.
I am not hating Yova. I want to make that very clear. I am not hating on it. But I agree. Hashtag I love Star Wars. That is the bottom line. I love the post-credit scene. I think that is fantastic.
And that's just the cool shot of him just sitting on.
I like to kick butt women, just kicking butt and taking names.
When you had Bo-Katan and Sasha Banks as Mandalorian.
Now, if she
down.
wants the dark saber, she has to fight Mando for it.
Mhm.
So that's going to have to happen next season if she wants it, because you saw her fighting her urge, realizing.
Because what Landon and I realized is, yes, Sabine handed it off to Bo-Katan, but that means that if Sabine wanted it back, if she's still around, she would have to fight whoever the current owner of the saber is.
So
once you get it, once you have it, Mando can give it to someone else. But if Mando wants it back, Mando has to fight that person for it.
But he couldn't just hand her the dark saber. She has to.
Because she's already held it once, or she's already owned it once.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas if Sabine never gave it to her.
But did you see the look on her face? Like she knew that that's the only way to get it back.
Yeah.
And that's the way he was so smug and being an R2D bag, was because he's like, I fought Mando, so he got the saber from me. So now the only way you can get it is to fight Mando.
Which is also would explain why on the way there, Bo-Katan said, "Leave Gideon to me."
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to be.
That's
so
true.
so
We didn't
look.
know that. Did you,
so look.
did you hear that?
Well, what's that?
Well, one thing that Bo-Katan made clear, like as they were heading there, is she told Mando, "Leave Gideon to me."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because
She
knew.
but she should have told him.
Yeah, because she knew.
She should have told him.
Mando didn't know about it.
So this brings up an interesting point here. Mr. Horror Junkie says, so Kylo Ren slays Grogu at the Jedi Academy before the Force Awakens. So this is because Ben is at the Academy at this point.
Would he be?
Yeah, it's 5 years after. Because remember we established that.
Yeah, but I thought the second Rise of Skywalker, he was there in his teens.
Well, he would have been there in his teens, but he would have gotten there from a baby, because Luke would have
like the start of it.
Yeah, Luke would have taken him, and so he's what would you say 4 years old at this point, because it was 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so he'd be 4 years old at this point. So Baby Yoda, Grogu, they're at the same time. So next season, if we see Jedi Temple, and we're gonna have to see some Jedi Temple, I would assume, unless they just pull him completely out and Grogu ends back up with. I mean, I don't like the whole show just changed because the whole show has been based around Mandalorian, Din Djarin with the child, and now you just split them up. So now it's like you almost got to bring them back together somehow. And like, how does that work?
Yeah,
I don't know how that works unless they have a mission that they have to do somehow. Unless the child exponentially grows in whatever, that Luke is maybe able to unlock something with the child. So I know a lot of people are kind of disappointed with my reaction to it. Listen, my reaction, honestly, so I'm gonna be absolutely forthcoming with you. I knew that Luke Skywalker was going to be in it. I knew that Luke Skywalker was going to. Somebody spoiled it for me today. So I knew that a good friend of ours who was going to make a video, I will not name that person because that person felt really, really bad about it afterwards.
Oh, so I shouldn't say what it rhymes with?
No.
Okay.
No. That person was going to make a video and actually put out a they scheduled their video, to which I avoided it all day long, would have been able to avoid it too, but then all of a sudden I got the notification, because everybody always hits notification, and I called this person right when it happened, and I said, hey, you know what happens when you have a friend who has a YouTube channel and they schedule a video? Because they literally put in the video description Luke Skywalker. Yep, Matt knows who he's, and it wasn't Matt.
No, Silent Scotty, what he wrote.
Says, I'll name him Nicotina. Stop putting spoilers in your titles, dude. So I called him and I said, hey, man, you know what? That's what happens when you have a YouTube channel and you schedule something, people see it if they have notifications turned on. And I did. And I said, so there you go.
I follow people, but I turn off notifications because of stuff like that.
He felt super bad about it. And look, I'm not mad at him, but I do have to think that some of my disappointment probably and lack of excitement about it has to do with the fact that I knew it was coming. I didn't know how it was going to happen, and I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I knew who it was. And so kind of like maybe I just judged it differently now because I knew what it was going to be. And so I it was some of that excitement of like, ooh, what is it? Like seeing, I don't know. And like I said, I was trying to hope to maybe God that it was, done a little differently or whatever. But that's.
I agree with Darth Tasty here because he said, how did he say it? Is the book of Boba Fett a show or a book now? I was under the impression that it was a book.
No, I think it's going to be a show.
Yeah, because like how this show, it's not episode this, it's chapter this.
Yeah. But my question is because the Mandalorian's next season is supposed to be in December, is this going to be another show? Because everything.
I think it's something that they'll make clear next week once everybody's watched it, because a lot of people are probably gonna have that question of, is it gonna be Mando or is it gonna be Boba? And I think people have that question.
And will Grogu be in next season?
Yeah. Well, and I think they'll answer that question being like, oh no, Mando's going to be season 3. Or they may be like, oh no, Boba Fett is season 3. Like, I think that's when they'll answer it.
Here's a good point. They should have been able to insert a Jeremy Bulloch tribute at some point.
Not 2 days before.
To just be able to pop in Jeremy Bulloch in the years. You don't think that they could have done something like that in a day?
Easy. It's not that easy.
Why wouldn't it be that easy? What are you talking about? I'm literally standing here, and look, there, I did it. Like they have it's Disney. They could literally just put up a thing that says Jeremy Bulloch. Like
probably why they were doing
in the credits
and by using the ship and all that other stuff
in the credits. I'm just saying they could have put something in the credits even to just say,
Yeah, I think they won season 3, but
yeah, but I mean, he just
everything.
Well, no, because look, when Carrie Fisher passed, there wasn't a show on at the time, but I guarantee you that.
But they did it in the movie, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that it doesn't take anything to actually just put a slide. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like to like produce a documentary.
Yeah, no.
You know about. I mean, I'm just saying you just
Yeah,
put
no.
a slide up and you just say
It would have been cool, but they've already finalized the season before they.
Yeah,
uploaded
because the
it.
Cylon was saying they
literally
have to
happened-
load and test on their servers.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Things are already preset.
yeah. Say that's why it's not that easy. Like if it happened last week, yeah, they could have easily done it. Or if it happened
But
early in
not-
the week,
Not a day
Yeah.
or two before.
yeah,
Because he
not-
just
That's
had
true.
not
No
had-
Proust
Day before.
tribute either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think the Proust tribute, the Bullock tribute could be like us seeing Slave 1 so much throughout the episode, flying through space like that.
That's a
and then
good
the
point,
Proust
Scotty.
tribute would be the
Yeah.
kick buttery that you saw of Luke
Yeah.
fighting the way he did with that cape, or his oh my god,
Okay.
that's
So
to
now,
me the
so
way it
now,
goes.
so now I have to go back up here because the thing skipped down because I just did that.
Epic Logie said, "What's up, Dex? You're awesome."
Yeah, I see. I have to agree with Shiftygism here because he says, look, it's okay. The CGI is okay, but like he said here, he says it could look good. There are folks on YouTube making videos left and right with lesser tech, and it could have been better, Thank you, Joker. Hey, it's been a while since I've talked to you, man. Let's see. Yeah, no, I agree. Let's see. Caleb says because Kathleen Kennedy announced Mando season 3 is coming in December 2021 at Disney. Yesterday, now they say the book of Boba Fett is coming in December 2021. Ergo, Boba Fett equals see. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope that season 3 isn't the book of Boba Fett for the Mandalorian.
Mhm.
I really hope not because
Right, you can't just have Mando get the dark saber, have him save Grogu, hand him off to Luke, and then have Gideon still alive. Like there's still some stuff that's unanswered.
yeah.
We still know what's going on with Ahsoka.
Well,
She's
well,
asking-
She's getting her own show.
I know, but
Which
she's
there's something I saw today to go. Well,
she's
yeah, that's
asking
kinda-
about Thrawn. So is
Yeah.
Thrawn going to show up on her show?
Well, there's one thing that I saw not today, like this week, and I was like, that's sad, but kind of true. If they didn't reach out in the Force, is Obi-Wan died thinking that Ahsoka died in Order 66 if they didn't reach out to each other in the Force.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's true. Like something you
Joker
don't
says
realize
I
until you
look
hear it.
younger. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Pelican
saw
said,
that
I
and I
just
was
got
like-
here. I'm assuming you already watched it, boys. Let
Yes.
me know
Yes.
ASAP.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
watch
we
it.
did.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's sad, but true. Is if they didn't reach out to each other in the Force, Obi-Wan thought that Ahsoka died in Order 66.
So can we talk about this? So look, I know a lot of people, their biggest complaint about the sequel trilogy was not getting to see Luke do awesome, cool Luke Skywalker stuff.
Which you really took out those Dark Troopers.
Which I mean, he
By
took out
himself.
he took out the entire freaking garrison of Dark Troopers.
Well, we saw how hard it was for Mando to take out one, and Luke just takes out the rest of the fleet of them.
Yeah. Here's my concern about that.
You're concerned about what?
My concern about Luke, just like them doing what they just did there with Luke, because somebody said it's like a redemption for Luke. I can already hear the people going on and on about already, not saying that this is what whoever made that comment was doing, but I can already see the fandom menace going on and on about how now Dave Filoni has saved Star Wars because look, Luke, did this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Luke did this now in here, that somehow that's now better than the sequel trilogy. You know what I mean? Like my feeling is by the time it's done, shows like this are actually going to make the sequel trilogy better for everyone, and this will be part of what actually in within 10 years time people will have to shut down their hate for the sequel trilogy. but that being said, it's interesting because I can already see I like seeing Luke do cool stuff because it was cool seeing Luke do stuff. I don't know why it was just hard for me to suspend my disbelief on this for some reason.
Mhm.
Like, because you knew it wasn't, it's hard seeing a huge character like that. There's no bigger character than Luke Skywalker. And it's like when he's got the hood up and he's doing the thing, it looks cool. It was just weird, but I appreciate it, TW. I'm not apologizing for how I feel. I mean, it just is. But everybody sees something different. Shifty Gizm says also Luke should be wearing white in this, as he's back to being pure light side of the Force. They had him wear black in Jedi because he was at his closest to turning dark. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't think you should be. I don't think what you wear really resembles that necessarily. I mean, they did that.
We saw the journey that Kanan took throughout the series of Rebels, and he wore the same thing the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that necessarily has anything to necessarily do. I mean, I know what you're talking about because they did do that with Luke because the idea was there to try to make us think, well, was Luke going to go to the dark side? And technically Luke did. Luke was supposed to go fully to the dark side, and it was supposed to end on a down note with Luke actually putting Vader's helmet on, and proclaiming himself Vader.
Just imagine how differently the sequel trilogy would have been if that happened.
Right? Oh my gosh. But that being said, I mean, that's what the whole thing actually about when the little flap comes down.
Yeah, that's white.
It's to symbolize that, and stuff.
they
But
were
Luke
the dark
actually
side.
taps into the dark side.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Matt Jarbo said Ahsoka wore a mini skirt in the midriff, so clothing didn't really matter. LOL.
Right. Yeah. You think Grogu and Luke will probably get a limited series of their own?
Probably not.
Yeah. Pam says at first I wished it was Sebastian Stan, but bringing on Mark Hamill, I think it was in balance for the best. So here's my thought. This will be fine.
Is who did the body for Luke then?
Well, that's I'm seeing stuff now that Mark did all the motion capture for it. Obviously, they had a stand-in for some of the other stuff, but he also did the motion capture. So I think that this is fine to have Mark Hamill, but if you got to, if they go and they start using Luke on a regular basis in a series or something like that, you can't do this. You can't do this right here. It's great for a stand in there scene, but you're not going to be able to have Luke fighting stuff with
Good night, Pelican and TW.
you guys.
TW is hopping over to
It's Don Jarring. Let's see. Scotty says, I'm genuinely surprised at Enosh's reaction. This is the rig wasn't good. I didn't see till the end, but that's the problem when you have a tight. Yeah, I'm not.
Matt Jarbo said the man Don Lorian.
The man Don Lorian. I know, right?
Pam said Luke wore black and white because he was the one who brought balance to the Force.
But Luke didn't. Luke had his butt handed to him by the Emperor.
Yeah.
It was Vader that brought balance. Yeah, Matt, Ben would be at the academy because children were taken from a young age, and that was kind of the point. So he would have been there from the get-go.
Yeah, Kylo would have been there from when he was young until he would have turned against Luke. Or not turned against Luke.
I don't know. Shifty-Gizm is saying it's like 8 to 10, but I guess I haven't read that. I haven't seen anything that said 8 to 10 yet. I could be totally wrong. But Well, Zip Havoc says Grogu may have finished his training and may be exploring the galaxy by the time Ben Solo goes loco crazy Bernie Downey.
I was thinking,
He doesn't have high ground.
TW
So
says
what-
that he didn't begin his training till 11, but
so what would have been the time that, around what time before the trilogy would he have become Kylo?
what's that?
What time around what time would Ben have become Kylo before the trilogy?
He was,
Because I can see how old he was by the time Force Awakens.
yeah, I want to say late teens. I think it was like 19 or 20. I'm just interested where everybody's getting all this information about Ben. I mean, because I'm seeing a lot of opinions, but I don't see
Kylo is 29 by the time Force Awakens.
okay. Well then, yeah. Well then, he probably been in his early 20s then. Yeah, it wasn't Matt. Matt didn't spoil it.
It was confirmed.
Matt says Ben was born in
Today.
5 ABY, so he's like an infant in this show.
Yeah, it says I searched up. He'd be about 4 years old by the time Mandalorian happened.
So Ben was born a year after Return of the Jedi. That's 5 ABY. We figured this out a couple of weeks ago. So he'd be 4 years old at this point in the show.
Scotty says Aftermath Empire's End is the book that tells us about Ben Solo, the timeline, and exactly how that goes.
Okay.
Still read the Aftermath book.
Darth says, what does Isaac Don Kenobi think about the show?
I still I loved everything.
Mm-hmm.
About this.
Me too. Pelican keeps trying to leave, but he's being sucked in by the conversation. He's like, there's too many spoilers. I gotta go so I can watch this fresh.
If you haven't seen it yet, man.
He hadn't, and he
yeah.
was like, oh dang it, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So William says episode ratings.
Episode and ratings. Tiff, you want to go?
Or if you do episode and season.
Yeah, so give us Tiff what you thought of this episode, your rating for this episode, and your rating for the season.
I give this episode 9 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode. I actually liked the exchange between, is it Din Djarin, how you say his name?
Yep, Din Djarin.
Just between him and the way that he was just so smug, like, yeah, go ahead. Just leave me the lightsaber. You can take the baby. I mean, just like.
Yep.
What's up, Marquez?
But
Look.
he also did that to where he.
Marquez, there's your design, buddy.
But he also.
For life.
He also fought Mando, knowing that if he defeated him, that he was going to get the saber, which gave him.
Thinks, since he knew Bo was there, did he purposefully lose the fight?
Yeah, because that you could show in his cockiness. I mean, he's in cuffs on the ground, like, yeah, she can't get that now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
because
tell, and that's why I kept calling him R2D bag. He's just a jerk. You wanted to punch him in the throat. And so it's just one of those things that I loved that. I loved the kick butt chicks fighting, and she's like, my gun doesn't work. I'm just gonna kick the crap out of him with the gun, and just kill him that way. I liked the new troopers, the droids. Those were kick butt and very Terminator. I liked.
And I'm wondering what Gen 2 is.
All of it. So I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And what do you give the season?
I give the season a 9 out of 10 because it gave me so many ups and downs with the baby. I mean, it's still another season where I could not go another episode without going, "Aw," except for the one episode he wasn't in.
Yeah. Which
But
was last
we got
episode.
Mandalorians. We got, the dad moment where he's like, pretty much, "Give me back my son," and you
Ahsoka.
got Ahsoka kicking all kinds of butt.
Thrawn-
There's just
Thrawn's still around.
yeah, she mentioned Thrawn, so that's still out. I mean, I would give this episode like a 9.5 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna up it 9.5 for the season, and a 9 out of 10 for the episode today.
Isaac, how about you, buddy?
I say for me, this episode would probably be a 10 out of 10 for me because there's just nothing that I disliked about the episode.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing I can even think of like to say that I dislike about the episode. I just love the whole thing from the beginning. Like he even just showing like how strong those droids were. And it's like literally Mando's what is it called? Those little rockets he has on his wrist. That did nothing. He tried burning up the droid. That did nothing. And it took for him to literally just decapitate the droid is the only way to defeat that droid until obviously Luke came and started chopping him up. Which I also thought was cool.
Sophie thinks that Bib Fortuna ate the Rancor, and that's why he got fat.
I love the fact that they brought Bib Fortuna back in. We've talked about in Legends, Bib Fortuna, actually his brain was taken out of his body by the Bomar monks, the spider-like creatures who have evolved beyond their bodies, and they've placed their brains in those jars, and they walk around that way just contemplating the universe. And so when Boba Fett came, or when everything blew up, right? Bib Fortuna stayed at the palace and took over Jabba's legacy, and so that was all awesome. Except for the Bomar monks then overpowered him, cut his head open, took his head out of his body. His body was left for dead, and then later on,
I agree, Matt.
Bib Fortuna ended up convincing another Twi'lek to actually come to the planet to take over as Jabba's new heir, successor or whatever, and then tricked that guy and took that guy's body. And so looked a lot actually like how Bib Fortuna looked here. So it was cool to see them actually kind of fulfill that yes, Bib Fortuna did indeed take the job. So
Pam said Din Djarin and the stabbity stick, and then Matt Jarbo said, "Why do you think Mando didn't give Grogu the knob?"
It's gonna be something that he needs to remember him in case he doesn't get him back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, kind of like his thing to hold on to, because that's one thing he made sure to grab after the Razor Crest blew up.
That's true.
Is to grab that, so it kind of be like his thing to remember Grogu. Yeah, kind of his thing to keep him going, like the thing that he'll look at.
When he grabbed his face, I was just like,
yeah. That's why I think that happened. But also one thing that I just loved about the season, it was like a small thing, is that's one thing I kind of felt at the end of season 1 is like, oh yeah, Mando now just has Beskar. And there's that's pretty much all they did. And then in season 2 they showed the strength of Beskar. Multiple times throughout the season.
The fact that the black saber couldn't penetrate it, that you had the Terminator thing pretty much hitting him in the head, and it's like,
well, even in the Ahsoka episode, he was literally deflecting the lightsaber.
That's true.
Like the lightsabers doing nothing to it, and then even in the Bo-Katan episode, he was literally taking the blasts from the stormtroopers and it wasn't doing anything to him. So I just love throughout the season, even they showed
the strength.
Yeah, the strength of Beskar.
Oh yeah. William says Din is the Mandalorian, the rightful ruler of Mandalore. He is the true Mandalorian now.
Exactly.
So that's an interesting thing that I think that's how season 3 plays out. Is about that. Is basically restoring. Like, do they go down a thing restoring Mandalore?
Well, and that was even something I loved during season 2. Is that's one thing they pushed during season 1 is saying this is the way, like pretty much saying this is the Mandalorian way. And you find out in season 2, and he's questioned about it and talked down about it throughout the whole season, is saying no, there's 2 different factions of the Mandalorian. And we even got it in last week's episode with what's his name?
To get his son back, he was willing to take the helmet off, and he took the helmet off so he could do a good goodbye to the baby too.
Well, no, it's even one thing that we said in the first episode. Is from the first episode till now, the first episode we're like, oh yeah, he took off his. When we got Boba Fett's armor and we got the Marshal,
Yeah.
Or we're like, oh yeah, he's not a Mandalorian because he took off the helmet. He took off Boba's helmet, but you saw at the end of the season, he was willing to take off his helmet if it was to save Baby Yoda.
Yep.
So it's kind of like you see the change in that. It's like the shift in perspective of what a Mandalorian is.
Yep.
Which I
Oh,
also
for
love
sure.
that they did in season 2.
Yeah. So it is interesting to see him becoming more original Mandalorian like,
Yeah.
right? Instead of
What you found
Going
out
to the
that
roots.
what you found out that there's two things: the Mandalorian way and then the Foundlings,
Yeah.
which led to what Mando is.
Now,
or
what?
dinner.
So, what did you give the episode?
Episode 10 out of 10,
the episode 10 out of 10.
And what did you give the season?
probably a 9.5.
9.5.
So we're both 9.5 out of 10 for the season.
So so for me, the episode was fantastic.
Mhm.
It's a fantastic episode. I think that they played the Dark Troopers up a little bit too much in having to wait for them. Like, I get it, they have to power up and all that stuff, but that was played.
But they're menacing this.
They
holy
are,
crap.
but that was played up a little bit too much for suspense, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, we can power them up, but they take a few minutes, you know. So it's like, okay, so we give everybody a chance to, because if you make them just
Boot up instantly and be able to move normally like a human.
yeah, right. But that doesn't take away from it for me.
Yeah.
It was still
Yeah.
cool. It was great to see Bo-Katan back. It was great to see Boba Fett. It was great to see that the Mandalorians know who Boba Fett is.
Yeah.
They know what he is.
Also, that was cool with Bo-Katan, where she's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard your voice many times. You're just a clone." And he goes, "Yeah, I may be the last voice that you hear."
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome right there. Just to set Boba Fett apart from others, you know. And he's like, that was my father's, and she's just like, you mean your donors?
Yep.
That was so you could see right there that there was some tension, for sure.
And the kick butt scene between Sasha Banks and Boba.
Yeah, it was like they put in a wrestling scene where, you know, where she pulled off a wrestling move on him. I think that was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Maybe Boba just needed to go to Suplex City.
There you go. I liked the progression of it. I liked everything with Din and Moff Gideon and the child and all that stuff, you know.
When he was like, "Daddy, I have shackles.
I have shackles, Daddy." And then everything leading up. So the Luke thing, look, the X-Wing flying up like that right when they need him. It's cool. It's a little on the nose, you know. It was like,
Also thought it was cool. It's like you see the X-Wing, okay, it's Resistance, and then you see Grogu's ears perk up, and you're like, that's who it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it, like I said, it does go back to the point that I made. It's like there ain't no other Jedi. All these people are trying to say, well, this guy's a Jedi. No, it's not. This person's a Jedi. No, they're not. Nope, there ain't no gray Jedi. There ain't nobody else out there. If Ahsoka wasn't going to help him, there's only one other person in the galaxy that could really do the job, and that's Luke. I would have accepted Ezra, just because Ezra, even though technically he would not be a Jedi, Ezra would have been had grown enough in the Force where like I could accept that, but I did not see that Pelican. I did not see that there was a Clerks reference. Now I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Is Ahsoka pretty much taking place around the same time as this?
Yes, Ahsoka's because you're gonna have Ahsoka, you're gonna have Mandalorian, you're gonna have Boba Fett, you're gonna have Rangers of the of the New Republic, and
Cara Dune, right?
Yep, which they will all
take place at the same time.
They're all going to take place at the same time, and they said that they're all going to build up to an event.
Okay. So I think if we do get Ezra, I think they'll save that for Ahsoka's show. If we ever do get Ezra and Thrawn.
Oh yeah.
Probably say that
well, I think that is where that's what that show is going to be about. Is her basically trying to find. No, you're right. Randall explains in the first Clerks that there were millions of workers who were building the second desert. Also it's a great reference to the book Lost Stars and just like the normal people of
they
the Empire.
Yeah, also they put it into perspective. It's like you just think, oh yeah, the Death Star blew up, but you don't really think about how many people died when the Death Star blew up.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that jerk man that needed to die,
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it was just bringing a tear to her eye because she was like, quit talking, put the gun down, because
Yep.
that's why when he's like, I was on the Death Star. Oh yeah, which one? There was that so many different feels from all different aspects in this episode.
So as far as the episode goes, I give the episode total a 9.5. I think it was a fabulous episode. It is great to see Luke back. I hope that, like I said, that this doesn't all of a sudden give, because I'm sure Mike Zero has already made like 11 Luke Skywalker videos. And I'm sure Doomcock has already gone on some kind of rant about how this is so much better than anything given to us by Kathleen Kennedy, even though this was given to us by Kathleen Kennedy, or the sequel trilogy. So I'm sure we'll get a lot of that. I love. Pam brings up a good point. I love the interaction between Cara Dune and the Imperial guy, where she shoots him in the face and he says all the things about
That's
Alderaan.
what I just talked about.
Yeah, and Alderaan though, but like when she shoots him in the face, that's
In the last day, he's made 6 videos just about Luke.
Who?
What's that?
Mike Zero.
He's made how many in the last
6 just about Luke in the past 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
So he must have watched it right at midnight and released 6 videos about Luke Skywalker. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, 7 if you want to count this one. This one says a day ago.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yes, Pelican. We can get a new Mark Uno soon. Matt says every time I make a video where I think John and Dave, I always think Kathy as well, and I do that in order to piss off the hate. I think he means thank. Piss off the haters who don't want to acknowledge her contribution. Absolutely, she's president of the freaking company. Like her, don't like some of her decisions as far as the directors that she's picked, whatever. I get all that, but you can't take away from the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is an executive producer on this. It's because of her that we have this. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but it is the truth. That being said, I think for the season, I got to give the season a 9.5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost perfect. It was a great season.
Yeah.
It took us on all these high. We got Boba Fett back, for goodness sake. I mean, I almost want to make it a 10. I mean, even though like I don't think that like I really did I have a 10 episode during the season at any time? I think I had one.
Let's say if you did, it was the Ahsoka one, I thought.
Was it? Yeah, it might have been the Ahsoka one was a 10.
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, the season as a whole, I don't think we could have asked for anything more out of this season. I mean, you got Boba Fett back in full effect. You got Slave One flying all over the freaking place. My goodness. Every time I see that, I can never get enough of that, man. Every time I'm seeing Slave One fly like that, it's like, Ahsoka.
His name.
We got to know the child's name. Yeah. We got
find out where he was like a little bit.
Oh yeah, we got the connection to the original or to the to the prequels, and now we got Luke and R2 showing up.
And R2 liked Baby Grogu is just because he did that little. I love when he does that.
But I thought that was also interesting though that's what made him walk towards Luke was R2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because first you stand by Mando and then R2 pulled up and then.
Well, as soon as the droid stopped hitting the door and everyone's like, what's going on when that ship came in? And then you saw like, his thing flapping in the breeze, whatever. And all of a sudden you saw, him going to so he knew it's like, I don't want to leave Mando.
Yeah, but
he knew, he knew where he was supposed to go, which was interesting because it's also like when he grabbed, his face, it was almost like, it's going to be okay, Dad.
Yeah, Pam, that's a good point. Maybe Grogu knows R2.
Well, Isaac's the one that mentioned. Does he remember him from Coruscant?
Yeah. So it's definitely possible. Do we think Peyton Reed, who directed this episode, will get a series? I know there's a lot of series to be had right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I mean, and I'm sure he'll do more within. I mean, if they trust him with Luke like that, as far as the season finale goes, I'm sure they'll trust him with more.
Yeah.
Lego Mark Uno. I like that. I like that idea a lot.
That's an easy thing
An
to
action
do
figure.
because we have
Black
have-
jacket, brown hat.
Well, we have between Lansing and our toy guy, we have the means to make a Lego custom.
Yeah, I'd love to see Bruce tackle a Mark Uno action figure. Little background
Challenge
thing.
accepted.
Little background thing for Mark Uno.
You
Yeah,
gotta make it instead of like the KFC guy. You had chicken. This one has to
Mhm.
have hot pockets or pizza rolls.
Oh, was it? That
I
you said?
did not see
And
the
our
Millennium
pizza
Falcon
bites.
in the beginning.
Pizza bites. It's gotta be pizza bites.
Hold on. Pelican is watching it right now. He asked, did we see the Millennium Falcon in the beginning?
What was he talking
What?
about when he went to go see Bo?
Jenner said, Bruce said, challenge accepted.
It's gotta be pizza bagels.
Well, talk about where in the beginning if you just started it.
Bagel bites.
Because I can go back and look for it while we're talking.
Yeah. I don't.
And then he's got to make Mark Uno's mom for me.
He says, I'm looking at it.
He can
I'm
come up
looking
with
right
Joy
at it
Vagina.
when they land right after the title screen appears. It's on the right side.
Are you muting it and looking for it?
He says it's right after the title screen appears.
Maybe Jenner Custom Toys can make Joy Vagina.
Don't tempt him with that.
He might help me.
Only
come up-
half of it's showing, he says.
He might only come up with a helmet before I do.
But I gotta say, I was giving it a 9.5, but I think as a season whole, I gotta give the season a 10. I don't think that I could expect anything more out of this season than what we got. I mean, there's so much good here. For sure.
I don't think he's talking about the very beginning like that.
Are you talking about the recap or the? Because they don't really land on anything, do they? Oh wait.
I'm at the part where it says Mandalorian.
Oh, I think he's talking about when they land on. Or
when they
maybe
go see Bo.
maybe let's.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
because the first shot after Mandalorian.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like the first shot after Mandalorian is.
That ship isn't the Falcon right there. No, I don't see that. I think he's talking. Are you talking about when Slave One lands there where Bo is and stuff? Because if that's what you're talking about, then that's not.
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, no, that's not it. Just watched after title screen. Pelican is correct. After which title screen?
Where it says the Mandalorian or where it says Star Wars?
When they land on the planet.
You mean Bo?
Right. When they land on the planet, it could just be another YT. I'm looking because I see something there, but that's not the Falcon. The one I'm looking at right here. When they just landed and they're walking out. So that's we're watching Slave One fly around now, or the smokestacks.
It's like the planet that Homer Simpson would live on.
That's not. He's saying right. Oh, right after it says Mandalorian.
Right after it says Mandalorian, it shows the Slave One flying towards the planet.
Yeah.
Because when right after it says Mandalorian, it shows outer space.
Yeah, because we're right at the beginning. I don't see that. Yeah, when Slave One lands, that's what there's when they land on the planet. Yeah, that's not 444. You're saying? Yeah, that's where we were, but that's not the Falcon. So right here it shows the Mandal. We just got the thing up. The rescue. See the planets. Yeah, we just watched this sequence, but that. I love the streak that it leaves behind. The streak of smoke. That.
Pam just said, "Oh, I found it. It's a YT."
If you're talking about that thing right there,
On the right of the screen or on the left of
on the
the
right
ship?
of the, that doesn't even look like a YT though. It doesn't look like
Pelicans said, "Look, the gun on top."
There's another ship that passes that's like barely. It's right at the very bottom, and I'm gonna pause there because I was wondering if that was the one you guys were talking. Right there. You don't see enough of that one. That the ship over on the right. So you're talking about like right as they land, right as they're getting off the ship, right?
Or when the Slave One is just above the
5
ground.
minutes even, he says. Okay. So 58, 59, 5. I'm looking at that ship on the right, but that ship on the right just does not look like a YT fighter or a YT freighter, I should say. It's got completely different landing gear, completely different. Yeah, that's not a that's not a YT freighter.
The one that you mentioned, Silent said the one that's on the screen for a second before they land, that one that you mentioned.
Yeah.
That's what looked more like the Falcon.
Yeah, that one looked more like the Falcon to me, but you don't see it, and there wasn't a top to it. It's at 444. It's at the bottom of the screen. Looks like a YT freighter, but not. Yeah, Pam says, but not a YT 1300. Yeah. Yeah, this one at the right here is not, but I agree. This one I'm showing. I'm doing this again, and
that Pam and Scotty said.
Yeah, because that was the only one that I thought kind of looked like it might be the top of a freighter, of a YT freighter. Right here.
There.
Yeah.
Because that looks like the cockpit of the Falcon, the way that it juts out.
Well, it's got the got one of those like circular, but see, like even as I'm pausing it, it doesn't really. I don't know. It's barely there. It's barely there, so I don't know. Really can't tell. But still cool nonetheless. So but I like looking for stuff like that. Yeah, so you gave it a 9.5, Isaac, for the season.
Yep.
You gave it a 9.5 for the season. I think I got to go 10 because I don't think that I could ask for anything more out of this season. I honestly don't. Completely amazing. So just everything that you could possibly ask for in a season. So there you go. Mandalorian season 2, deuce, all done. And we will see what we get next season. And we got all kinds of new shows coming. And
we don't get until a year from now.
I know we got to wait a year. A year. for more Mandalorian. That sucks. But in the meantime, hopefully we get some other stuff. I know we're gonna get lots
More Star Wars Tids and Bits.
more Marvel shows here coming up, and I think Andor is the next show, but it's not dropping for a while. Oh, we lost the other camera. What happened? We lost the other camera. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for our watch parties. I hope that you've enjoyed this time with us. We enjoy this time with you guys every week and just having fun and enjoying being able to watch this stuff with you and talk with you about it. And I look forward to the next show and to the next what we got. Don't forget this Sunday. Yes. Why not stuff says, got to go. Love you, Poindexter family. Can't wait for Sunday. We love you too, man. And we got to have you on and talk about your art and also your about Superman. We were talking about that. Yes, I'm right there with you, Pam. I'm really hoping for season 3 of the Orville soon. I'm hoping for
That would appease me for a while.
that would definitely make me happy for a while. Move the camera there for a second. So don't forget, folks, this Sunday, right then, 1 to 3 p.m. We'll be right back here in the Poindexter Lounge live. I'm sure we'll do something tomorrow. But okay, I'll get it filmed. I promise, I'll get it filmed. But yes, this Sunday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be right here with our good friend Ray Fisher and have lots to talk about. All right, guys. Until next time.
A couple hours later, I'll be on League of Mayhem.
Yep, and then Tiffany will be on League of Mayhem right after that, a couple hours later. So stick around for that. So I love this picture right here. Did you see this picture, Tiff? All the action figures. It's Boba Fett meeting up with all of the action figures of everyone who's passed.
I have a picture actually saved on my phone where Wookiee is holding, Carrie Fisher, and you got R2 next to him, and then Boba and Vader, and so
this hit me in the feels because it's all the toys. So you got Vader, Leia, R2D2, Obi-Wan, Chewie,
Dooku?
yeah, and then
I can't see from here.
No, back there's Grand Moff Tarkin, so Peter Cushing, and then now this man right here, Jeremy Bulloch. So, all right, guys, until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, saying stay nerdy along with the lovely
Tiff-tastic.
All right, guys.
And Isaac Don Kenobi is in the other room.
Isaac Don Kenobi. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. May the force be with you.